Down in Mississippi, the city of Horn Lake elected its first African-American mayor. It was a very tight race, but Planning Commissioner Jimmy Stokes came out on top by just 83 votes. Thanks for joining us in the studio and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
83 votes is not a lot. How are you feeling on election day?
Excited. Still in shock somewhat. I mean, we ran a good race, and I was very tired. I felt tired, but I was just excited. It was good to see people happy and proud. You know, that's the most important thing to me, to see the people happy and proud, seeing them alive for a change. So I'm excited. I'm happy and proud.
So how does it feel to make history, the first black mayor in the city's history? What does that mean to you?
I guess I'm in the books with a lot of other great people. I never thought about that. I think it's just, I'm just excited to be mayor first of all myself, you know. So, but to make our people proud, African Americans proud, and being able to serve and show that, hey, Horn Lake can lead in a way that all people can come together. I think I have that opportunity. I think there's a lot of young men and young girls that can say, hey, we can do it. We can do it. I'm excited, you know, just to be a blessing to people, even those that are not African American, that everybody can see we can do something great in Horn Lake and be an example for the nation.
And right now you serve as planning commissioner. How do those skills transfer over to help you become mayor?
I've been able to work with the planning department on projects and, of course, be able to pass motions and stuff like that, amendments. So have some skill. That's being a part of the planning of Horn Lake. I'm not behind. I'm right there with all the developments that we have going on, and I'm looking forward to just continue the project on as mayor.
So July 1st, you'll be sworn in just a few weeks from now. What's your first order of business after you get sworn in?
Number one, continue to build relationships with the staff there. Technically, you're only successful as the people around you. Matter of fact, I already went through Horn Lake and told everybody, calm down. There's not going to be no firing party. I don't listen to what people are saying on social media, and even people around in Horn Lake, around City Hall. You know, I worked for Kroger for many years. I'm a pastor and CEO of Redemption 180. You don't run off the people that you need to help you. So just to calm them down, build relationships. I like to be a hands-on. I like to get to know people. I know one thing, City Hall will be a whole lot more fun. I like to have good days. If I'm gonna spend my days there, I believe that everybody should enjoy it. We should work, get the work done, but most importantly, that we enjoy work. You know, people need to go home and be able to go to their families and not feel exhausted mentally. I want to see people be able to go home and actually enjoy home and work. So I'm just looking forward to that. My first order of business, pretty much getting used to City Hall, getting used to the people I'll be working with, make sure that we're more professional, meeting the professional standards of a city. We're the city of Horn Lake. The one thing I talked about with the citizens, we're not the town of Horn Lake, we're the city of Horn Lake. So we need to be professional in that manner when it comes to being a city. So I'm just looking forward to working with them, and looking forward to building things for our children. You know, that's one of my platform points. It's easy to talk about how our kids get in trouble. It's easy to talk about how bad they are, but if you don't have any resources and support for parents, and you don't have anything for them to do, guess what? The kids get in trouble. I was a kid once growing up right here, of course, in Memphis, and we had Davis YMCA. I learned to swim there. We used to be able to go, Liberty Land. We used to have golf. So we had many things, and guess what? Those resources that was here helped keep a lot of us out of trouble. So I want to provide to the kids of Horn Lake, the youth of Horn Lake, and to the parents of Horn Lake that need those resources, because most of these parents work 2 or 3 jobs. You know, they can't. Teachers, school system understand that parents are not there as much. So we have to be there for our children and be there for the parents.
And just speaking of your platform, I actually printed it out, you know, children and having things to do for the youth. That was a big part of your platform. Also supporting businesses, growth, making more retail establishments. How do you plan to get these things done? Especially 4 years is not a long time. So how do you just plan in this term to really work and get that growth?
Right, correct. So one thing I made clear, because technically when you're campaigning, you're interviewing with the city. The citizens get to interview. One thing I tell them, with 30 or 40 years behind in some things, infrastructure and economic growth, guess what? 4 years is not, it's not enough time to fully get there, but they should be able to see some improvements. So what we want to do is immediately go in and figure out what kind of corporate business we have coming in. right? Because before we can accomplish anything, we got to be able to afford something. So if we can't survive off just minimum wage jobs, we can't survive off fast food, gas station, and car washes. We are the 14th largest city in the state of Mississippi, 26,000 people. There's over 400 plus cities and towns in the state of Mississippi. So if we're number 14, it's time for us to start operating like one and bringing in that kind of revenue. So that's what we're looking forward to, is just bringing in more businesses that can help us grow our economy, and then we're able to put that back into the community, put that into our schools, and put that into making a fun, friendly environment for our citizens.
So just going back to your youth, how you were speaking of, you're a Memphis native, graduated from Whitehaven High School. What made you settle in Horn Lake, and why are you so passionate about improving this city?
I lived there, paid my taxes there. When I looked around and saw things that need to improve, I didn't see another person ready to do it. So I feel like God called me to do it. We moved there because my wife is a native of Oxford, Mississippi. I'm a city boy, she's a country girl. We had to blend it somewhere, and Horn Lake was the perfect place. So after moving to Horn Lake, building our family, was engaged, of course, just got married. We love it here. I started working in Horn Lake in 1997 when I was a senior at Whitehaven High School. I was just a bagger, but the key is I met the city through just working there. I became cool with the class of '98 at Horn Lake, even though I was the class of '98 at Whitehaven. So we love the city, but I see some improvements. Every city have opportunities, right? Every city have challenges. So I think God called me to be the one to change it, And so I remember one time at church, after becoming the commissioner, I met with the mayor and went in his office, and it's almost like the Almighty showed me, guess what? You can do this too. And so ever since then, I told my church years before, I said, I think one day I want to run for mayor of Horn Lake. And here it is. We stuck with it. God prepared me for it. The community blessed me with it. And I'm just happy to serve the community where I live now.
And we know you ran in 2021 as well. You lost to Republican Mayor Alan Latimer. What were you able to learn from that election to help you win this one?
Oh, man, a lot of things. How to reach the people. I think last time it was more of a ground game of me introducing myself to the city, so I didn't do a lot of other things, like having a strong social media platform and, realizing you have to do different things to reach different people, and realizing that Horn Lake is so diverse in age and gender and race that every platform don't reach all of Horn Lake. So able to get on the radio, do a few news articles, social media, and at the same time, because Horn Lake want to meet you face to face, you have to knock on doors. Mm-hmm. Those citizens want a cookout feeling, and I'm happy to give it to them. They want to see your face. They want to shake your hand. So I think 2021 was the building block for the win. It wasn't a loss. It was the groundbreaking ceremony of, hey, the future mayor is coming.
And I went out to the polls on election day, and a lot of the voters that I talked to said specifically they want to see more growth. What does that look like to you, and how do you think you could bring that to the citizens?
Being at the table now, being able to work with the Alderman Board to bring more businesses to Horn Lake. That's the first step. We have to find out how to increase the revenue. And we don't want to raise taxes. We want to be able to look at it from building our economy first, right? And then we're able to bring some more things that the citizens can enjoy. We talked about community center for the kids and the seniors. I visited Fairver Young facility, which is at the Bank Plus soccer complex in South Haven, many months before I got into office. And one thing I learned is you can do both at one time. So we're interested in that. I think we can do it. We want to also, bring things such as we have skating ring, but what about bowling? We have average age now. The average age in Horn Lake is 35. Mm-hmm. You have young families. Why not capitalize off that? Why not build an economy off that? Look at the advantages we have. So we're going to do that. We're going to grow together. I believe over the next 4 years, we're going to do some great things. We're going to bring some businesses. And hopefully we don't have to bring the same business in South Haven. We can do it Horn Lake's way, and we'd be unique in our own way and capitalize off the economy. So that's what I'm going to do to help with growth in Horn Lake.
And Horn Lake has been under a Republican mayor, a mostly Republican board of aldermen. Coming in as a Democrat, do you think there are any challenges you may face, or is there a way you plan to work with both sides?
Yes, most definitely. I already met with both of our Republican aldermen, and I plan on meeting with them some more because I want to make sure we have a great working relationship. When we work, we know I'm a Democrat, of course, I'm a proud Democrat. They're proud Republicans, but guess what? At the end of the day, we all Horn Lake. We got to do what's best for the people right now. We're one Horn Lake. That's one of the things I keep saying, one Horn Lake. At this time, the people made the choice, whether it's 5-2. The main thing is this: we have to work together, and I think all of the candidates that are Democrats, they understand how I operate. You know, we're all family. Even to those who didn't win, we're family. So their concerns are my concerns. No matter what you are, Democrat or Republican, your concerns are my concern. Am I proud of being a Democrat? Yes, I am. But guess what? I'm proud more to be the mayor of Horn Lake, one city.
So just from talking to your Republican constituents, what are some issues that they have that you think you can issues that they want to see and changes in the city that they have that you can try to help kind of bridge the gap and make changes in those areas?
Right. I think most of them want to see this growth. I think how to get there is the question they probably have. I just mentioned we got to work together. But I think they want to make sure that our city stays safe, that we don't bring anything that can cause cultural shocks, that scare people, that cause us not to be safe. They want to see us do things clean, and we will do that, professional, and we will do that, and be fair. We will do that. The key is I want to keep the peace. I want to make sure we all work together. People have to live next door to each other. We want to keep peace in Horn Lake. We want to be one, and I think I can do that. So I'm just proud that they give me that opportunity to even help them reach their dreams of Horn Lake. Matter of fact, I'll be meeting with Mayor candidate Klein to also talk about his vision. That's one thing I mentioned him last night. I want to hear your vision. I want to know more about what you want to do so that we can sit down and make sure that, guess what, we accomplish things together as one city.
So my last question for you, what would you say to voters that maybe didn't vote for you or just didn't vote at all, just to instill confidence in them on the future of Horn Lake?
What would I say? We're about to have a good time. We're going to be, all of us are family. You're going to see a mayor that cares, that's in the community, a mayor that you can come talk to. I'm going to work for everybody. That's the key. I work for everybody. I serve, the city is they're the bosses. I drove past every pothole. I rode around the city when it was flooding a lot during those rains recently. I wanted to know where every water main issue was. And look, I saw it. I see it. I care. I'm going to move as fast as I can to try to get some things done so that you see some improvements over these next 4 years. I want to be successful. And me being successful come through Horn Lake being successful. So the issues that they have, I'm here. I'm ready to work on them. You'll see a city hall that work for you. I'm going to make sure everybody know every day the city hall that I run works for the people. And I'm going to deal with every complaint. If people are nasty to you, I'm going to work on changing the culture pretty much. I'm going to make sure everybody get treated fairly, get treated right. So I'm just happy to serve the people.
Well, again, congratulations and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.